Hello everyone, Cherries with Army. Bournemouth fans, we got over what happened on Wednesday, our first loss of the season against Preston. Well, fortunately, it's another turnaround in the Championship and we haven't got to wait too long before we take on Swansea at home on Saturday, match day 17, and we have a match preview for you on this video. We'll also have an opposition view and we want to get your thoughts in the comments ahead of this game. Are we going to get back to winning ways and back on track? If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Please subscribe and help us try and get to 700. We're not far away now, just about 11. And also give this video a like. We'd really appreciate that. So let's get on with the preview. Came to an end then, didn't it, on Wednesday at home, Vitality Stadium, under the lights. We were looking for unbeaten in 16, but not enough, unfortunately. And Preston came to Dean Court again and took all 3 points. We probably played into their hands. Prior to kickoff, lineups were released. There were 3 changes, but the big one was the loss of Jordan Zamora and who was going to play left back. There was potentially Luke Davies. Could Robbie Brady be fit in time? Could Lloyd Kelly play there? But it was Chris Mepham, and I think we all knew that Chris Mepham was going to play left fullback, and that's where he came on against Reading. But it is different coming off the bench to try and manage a result at 2-0 than starting the game from minute 1. My concern was that we weren't going to have enough purpose. We weren't going to have any overlaps. We were going to struggle to get forward, definitely down that left-hand side. That definitely played out what I feared. And then the other problem was because you had that lack of width, it would unbalance the team. And then Ryan Christie would potentially be doubled up on. And Preston done a job on him. Another talented player we have in Ryan Christie, who's done very well since he's come to Bournemouth. But he had a tough night and they pretty much nullified that. But, you know, the lack of transitions, the lack of attack, the lack of purpose, the lack of tempo in that first half. Not sure what we were waiting for, but it didn't come. And we went in 0-0 at half time. For me, that's going to give teams like Preston hope because they can come out and have a go. They took their chances in the second half when they came. Yes, we got ourselves back in the game and really we should have built on that. But we did concede the second goal, and that was off the back of us making a substitution and a formation change to look like we were going to go to a back 3. We were hurt immediately trying to change into that formation. And although we had our chances and Jamal Lowe had a very good chance to equalise at 2-1, it wasn't to be. And we were going to lose at some point. I didn't expect it to be Preston, but it is how we lost more than we did lose. It was the manner of the defeat. But we need to come back from this. We've got an opportunity now against Swansea. They're a team much in form. They have won 4 in the last 5. They got players like Patterson and Pyro that are very much enjoying themselves. And they're going to come to the Vitality Stadium off the back of what they see Preston do, with maybe a hope that, you know, we can score goals at Dean Court and maybe maybe teams can unsettle Bournemouth. But I caught up with Luke from Swans Cast. He was on our latest opposition view, and I asked him how he felt Swansea's season was going and how confident he was ahead of this fixture. So on our latest opposition view, we have Luke from Swans Cast, friend of the channel. How are you doing?
Hi everyone, how's it going?
We're going to get stuck into this game in a minute, Luke. But how's your season started at Swans Cast? I met you last year over the channel, and how's it going?
Yeah, well, the channel's doing well actually, especially after the win against Cardiff the other day. Had a bit of a bumper audience for that one. Always helps when you beat your rival, I guess. But in terms of the season, I guess we'll talk a little bit more about the club in a minute. But obviously, we had a new manager. We caught up, I think, when you signed Jamal Lowe. So we had a bit of a chat then. Started off a bit, bit ropey. We were near the bottom half, but the last couple of weeks, we're starting to sort of push on, getting some good results. Obviously, we just beat Peterborough 3-0, and the style of play is definitely coming through, and feeling a lot more confident now going forward, I think.
We're going to dive a little bit more into that then. So Swansea just missed out then on that promotion in the playoffs last year. This season, 13th, 20 points, all the fives, Luke. 5 wins, 5 draws, 5 losses. Current form guide is drawn, win, win, lose, win. But you generally win at home. Out of all the wins that you've had, it's just one away win at Bristol City in August. Is this sort of minimum expectation, or is this better than you expected coming into this season?
I think we're a little bit ahead of where I thought we would be right now. I've always said we would finish the season in the mid-table sort of area this year with the really bad start we had, with the pre-season was a shambles, the management change, and then a massive shift in play style. Starting that shift, though, after the season's kicked off was always going to be difficult. So I said, mid-table this season, push on next year. But I feel like it feels like it's coming around a bit sooner. I feel like we're already starting to push on. I might be speaking too soon, but I think we're feeling a bit better about ourselves down here at the moment. Things seem to be clicking into place. You are right in saying we are winning our home games at the moment. That is generally where we're getting our 3 points from. But, if you win your home games and draw your away games, that's a good motto to go by if you can maintain that. And at the moment, that's working well for us. Obviously, we need to focus on getting a couple more points on the road, but it is coming.
Like you said, there was a manager change. Steve Cooper went out. Russell Martin came in. Now, Russell Martin's already been to the Vitality Stadium this season. He took MK Dons there in the Carabao Cup. Wasn't a great day for him. Tried to sort of play out from the back. It was a 5-0 loss for MK Dons. But Russell Martin's come in for Swansea. Now, it does help when you beat your rivals, shall we say. But how are the Swansea fans taking to Russell Martin? And has his style of play continued, trying to play out from the back?
So playing out from the back, you mentioned that about MK Dons. It'll be the same. I think the first couple of games, when it was new to the players, it was very scary sometimes watching the way they would play out from the back. And we had Stephen Bender in goals at the time, young keeper. Not putting all the blame on him, but sometimes I think the players left him a bit too much to do. And there were scary moments. And I'm sure if Bournemouth did it against MK Dons, maybe you would look to take advantage of this again. But I think as the teams got more comfortable with our play style, they take less risky options. Sometimes they still do it, obviously, of course. It's the way that Russell Martin wants them to play, but they're a bit better at like managing when to do it, when not to do it. The keeper will kick it if he has to, which right at the start, it felt like they never would kick it up, even when you've got like the rest of the team pinning you into your penalty area. They were still trying to play out. So hopefully be a bit better in that regard going forward here. But playing out from back and building sort of like passing football, kind of like what we did under Graham Potter, but we seem to have even more possession than I can ever remember. There's been a couple of managers playing this way for Swansea, but the possession at the moment for us, very high on average. And I know possession doesn't always win you games. Being clinical is where we've always struggled. That has come a bit better in the last few games, so we just need to continue to build on that.
Goals then, I think you've had 18 for, you've got 17 against, and within those goals, is it Pyro? You might need to confirm that name back to me, but he's got most of your goals. I mean, you did have that away day at Luton when you pulled it back from 3-0 down. I think he was on the score sheet as well. But what players are sort of going to help you try and get a result at the Vitality Stadium on Saturday?
Joel Pirot, we got him from, I can't remember the team now, PSV, I think it was. A steal, I think, to be honest. Nobody really knew who he was. He's only 22 years old, but he looks like he's going to be one of them bargain buys for the championship. He's knocking the goals in. At the moment, it seems like he's scoring a goal every game. Generally gets one. Doesn't often get more than one in a game, but if you get one every game, then you can't complain. So he's going to be vital. He's definitely going to lead the line, I would have thought, unless it's an injury. He's linked up really well with Jamie Patterson, who we brought in on a free transfer from Bristol City. So they tend to like assist each other. One will score, one will assist, and vice versa. And they've had a really good partnership so far. kind of been a little bit of a meme because they both got the same initial as JP. So it's it's quite funny, but they're definitely working well together. Patterson, he'll play in the two behind the striker, but tends to come in field, and Perot will drop sometimes and play him through. So there's a little bit of a good partnership there. And then the third person to watch out for is Sham, who has been coming back to fitness. He did play for Celtic in the past, and he's also played at Marseille. I think he was in Man City's youth academy, actually, but he's come in on a free transfer again. He wasn't at full fitness when we signed him, and it's taken a little bit of time to get into the team. He did get in and then got injured again, and he's kind of getting sort of more and more involved now. So when he starts as well, he's looking very good. He's good on the ball, very good at playing in tight spaces. If he's under pressure, he can keep the ball and find the pass. And quite often, if there's players closing him down, you've got a couple around him, and he can get that ball away. That's when the space can open up then for other players. And he's also good at hitting the ball from distance as well.
You're going to say there, actually, he scored a cracker at Luton. I mean, some Luton fans said it got a deflection, but he hit it well. Looking at your goals as well, I don't know if you know this, Luke, but you haven't actually scored a goal from the penalty spot or a free kick directly. So where are the goals coming from? Are they just set pieces from corners, or is it just generally in play?
It's funny you say that, because last season everyone was saying the Swansea were so lucky getting all these penalties, but we had like 3 or 4 games in a row we got one, and that was it. And apparently we get all the penalties. But yeah, it's a good start, that is. But Matt Grimes as well, he's at the post twice from free kicks this year. But you're right, yeah, mostly open play. Corners even, we generally play them all short. Like 90% of our corners, we're playing as short corners and trying to get a shot away from the edge of the box. So even then, do you say that's from a corner, or do you say that's open play? I'm not sure. I don't think it's actually resulted in a goal yet. But yeah, it's a bit of like, obviously we like to pass the ball around, goal up possession. So when we do score, it's because we've created an opportunity more than anything. And that's what we were struggling with in the early parts of the season, because teams were sitting back and we couldn't break them down. But there's a little bit more risk taken up in the final third. Players are getting more used to each other, those partnerships developing. So a couple more goal scoring opportunities are being created as a result.
Sorry, Bournemouth fans, if Swansea score a direct free kick on Saturday, but I thought I'd just throw that stat out there. What are you worried about then potentially in this game then, Luke, for Swansea? Is it potentially the high press? Is it Philip Billing overhead kick? Or is it Jamal Lowe and Dom Solanke up top potentially?
But I think the one thing to be worried about is clearly going to be Jamal Lowe, because I don't know, does he start most of your games at the moment?
He started one, scored at Bristol City, came off the bench and scored inside 4 minutes against Reading. Now, we're recording this before the midweek game, and potentially he might start in the game against Preston midweek. So I think he'll be wanting a start on Saturday.
He probably will, former club and all that. I think he left on good terms, just a new manager, didn't really think he fit the system, that sort of thing. And, we've replaced him with Obafemi, who still finding his feet, but he looks like a good signing, and we're doing fine. I'm not sure much would have changed if he was here, and we don't necessarily we do miss him, but at the same time, it's not like the end of the world. He could easily be here and we'd be happy, or he's gone and we've replaced him and it's fine. But it's always never nice to see a former player scoring against you, and there's a bit of a thing in Swansea, but the former players always scoring. So definitely, while he's on the pitch, it's going to be a worry. The sooner he gets subbed off if he starts, the better. Otherwise, though, you say about the high press. And I think a couple of teams that have played the high press recently against us, West Brom, for example, we managed to actually, pull off a good win against those. It works quite well. If we can, obviously, if the high press works and you close us down enough and knock us out of our stride with our game plan, it's probably going to benefit you. But then if we're on our game, on form, and we can play around the press, that's when we're going to get chances and opportunities. And against West Brom, which might be something to look out for if you're pressing high, a ball over the top to Joel Pirro running through was something that happened very often. Unfortunately, he got caught offside, say 8 out of 9 times. But that one time, he scored the goal. So,
right, I'm going to get your score prediction in a minute, Luke. But before I give you or ask for your score prediction, I just want to plant this as well. The last time you beat Bournemouth was back in 2007. Actually, Warren Feeney scored 2 goals in that game. Yes, Bournemouth fans, Warren Feeney. But Swansea haven't won in the last 9 games against the Cherries, and you haven't even scored a goal against Bournemouth in the last 6. So away you go, Luke. Score prediction for Saturday.
Well, to be honest, I know I spoke perhaps a little bit positive about our season, but I'm not necessarily positive about getting a result here. So we're going away. You guys are flying. You haven't lost a game, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah,
So,
unbeaten in 15.
Look, I think you'll probably win, maybe like 2-0. I'm going to say 2-0 Bournemouth. I just don't want Jamal Lowe to score. So anyone else is fine. Just, I think you're looking good to go up this season. I don't want to jinx it, but you're definitely doing well.
It's been great to have you on again, Luke. Just tell the viewers where they can find Swans Cast Media, I think it is, and if you've got any content coming out for this game.
Yeah, so we'll have like a pre-match sort of video, which will probably go up by the days of today. We've got the midweek game today, so it kind of throws a spanner in the works, but maybe tomorrow evening or even Thursday morning, depends when I get the chance to get it done. But it'll be up before the weekend. We'll have something about the Bournemouth game, and you can find that on, if you type in Swans Cast on YouTube or Spotify. So we put all our weekly episodes on both platforms. And if you want to engage with us, then Twitter's the best place, where we are Swans Cast Media there.
Enjoy the game, and I look to catch up with you later on in the season. Cheers, Luke.
Yeah, cheers. Good luck, but not too much.
Thank you to Luke there from Swans Cast. That was recorded before their midweek win against Coventry, and with the Preston result against Bournemouth, maybe he'll be feeling a little bit more confident now. Please make sure you check out Swans Cast. Their YouTube channel and Twitter details will be in the description. As I said, AFC Bournemouth's record against Swansea is very good. Haven't lost in the last 9. Swansea have not even scored in the last 6 against Bournemouth. And remember, last year we had a comfortable day at home, 3-0. But, this is a different season and it may be a different game. But who will Scott Parker pick for this predicted 11? I'm sure he had a lot to think about after that midweek game. And let's take a look who I think we should start in this fixture. Although I haven't seen the official press conference as we are recording this is who I've gone for as a predicted 11 at this stage. Mark Travers to keep his place. Yes, he conceded his first goals in a long time, but he'll start, I'm sure of that. Jack Stacey at right back. Lloyd Kelly, Gary Cahill, keep them at centre-back. That partnership has been decent. And then it's the left-back, isn't it? So we know Jordan Zamora is seeing a specialist. Is Luke Davies going to be fit from being unwell? We know we don't want Chris Mepham there. Whatever happens, we need to learn that it didn't work with Chris Mepham. So Robbie Brady for me, hopefully up to match fitness now as he signed on a free transfer. Yes, not naturally a left back, but you know what? Neither was Matt Ritchie, and maybe Robbie Brady now in his career can adapt to play a majority of roles. Maybe he can play left back. What he will give you is a natural left footer. He will get on down the line and he will provide overlap. So I'm going with Robbie Brady at this stage. In midfield, Ben Pearson didn't have many touches, against Preston and wasn't as effective as I thought. But actually, the reason I wouldn't pick Ben Pearson in this game is because we really lacked diagonals turning the back four. So let's bring Kilkenny back in for this game. I think we need to have a quick turnover of possession. Can we get diagonals going? Can we switch to play? Can we unsettle Swansea? And can we get their defence turning back towards their goal? So Kilkenny to sit in the CDM role. Jeff Lerma to play ahead. He battled, he provided physicality. He actually got the game going in the second half, whether it's for the right or the wrong reasons. He did increase the tempo. Philip Billing, he was back to scoring ways. That stat's gone as well. Every time Billing scores, we don't lose. Yeah, that stat's gone. But Phil Billing was back to scoring ways. Ryan Christie, not the best night for him against Preston, but I would keep him in this side, and he will start for me off the flank again. Off the right flank, Jamal Lowe would probably love to start this fixture, and I thought before the Preston game, if we were to win that game, he would start this fixture. I don't think Scott Parker's in this game for sentiment. I think he'll be looking at this game that we need to get back to winning ways, and he's going to play the players that he wants that he thinks will get the result. And I think Jaden Anthony comes back into this side, and he has that good link up with Jordan Zamora when he's playing. And I think he has that natural left-sided width where Lowe played majority of his time at Swansea up top, didn't he? Although he can play off the flank as well. I'm going for Jaden Anthony, though, to come back into this game and give us that width and that ability to get the balls in the box. Dom Solanke, again, had a struggling night. Really was sort of dealt with physically, maybe unfairly at times, but he didn't have his best night against Preston. But I expect him and hope he can get back to scoring ways against Swansea, and he will lead the line. That is my predicted 11 for this game. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. If you don't, who else would you put in instead? So it's all about the reaction now, isn't it? Do we come out on the pitch? Do we start from minute one? Do we have more purpose about us? Do we attack that Swansea goal? Do we get a goal in the first half? Because teams really will struggle to beat us when we do sit on the front foot. So I am going for a Cherries win. I'm going to probably amend my score prediction if I gave it in the opposition view, because I can't even remember. But I'm going to go for a 2-1. Predicted a clean sheet, told you what would happen on the last preview. By doing that, we conceded goals. So 2-1 to the Cherries. We get back to winning ways. We keep that distance that we still have between us and the other teams below us, and we get 3 points back on the board, and the team hopefully has a week's break before the next game. We want to know your thoughts then ahead of this fixture. Are you feeling confident? Has it made you worried about the games coming up? What is your score prediction? Let us know. Also, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Help us grow to 700 and give this video a like. That's your match preview, though. The match day 17. If you go into the game, safe travels. Enjoy yourself. Might see some of you there. If you're not, enjoy the game on other platforms where you can. Catch up with the content on Cherries Red Army. And let's hope we got smiles come the weekend. Until the next video, we'll see you soon. Up the Cherries.